Breaking news: Human trafficking, the reality of many reports made by Fiorella Escorcia Conrado. This crime does not care about social classes, religions, age, or city. Anyone can be a victim. Be very careful since it is presented in different modalities, as you will see in the following video.
Over 20.9 million men, women, and children are victims of human trafficking. But do you know what human trafficking actually is? In a small sleepy town, people are dreaming. But not everyone's dreams will come true. Human traffickers prey on people's dreams and lure them away for their own benefit. How do they do this? Human trafficking doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's a process. First, traffickers act. This includes recruiting victims, transporting them to the place where they'll be exploited, hiding them from authorities, and receiving victims from other traffickers. So why don't the victims run away or say no? Because traffickers use different means. This includes threatening or forcing victims to do what they want, abducting or deceiving the victims, and abusing power. Sometimes traffickers promise small payments or benefits to get the victim to cooperate. And why are the traffickers doing this? The purpose of trafficking is exploitation. Traffickers take advantage of victims for their own profit or benefit. This is human trafficking. This man's neighbor tells him that he has a great job for him on a very safe construction site and that he'll be paid a lot of money. With more money, he can make his dreams come true. He agrees to take the job. A few days later, the neighbor's friend picks him up and they drive to the construction site. It's a very long way from his home. This man is put to work immediately without any training or protective equipment, without enough to eat or drink, and with very few breaks. After many months, he's only been paid a fraction of what he was promised. He knows he's been tricked, but he doesn't have enough money to get home. This man is a victim of human trafficking. He was recruited by his neighbor and tricked into thinking he was going to work at a safe construction site for fair pay. Instead, he was forced to work long hours in unsafe conditions for almost no money, while others benefited from his exploitation. One day, while looking for jobs online, this woman comes across an opportunity to work in a restaurant in a big city. Her application is successful, and her new employer arranges for her travel there. She is met at the airport and driven to a part of the city that looks nothing like she expected. The car pulls up to a building. The door is shut and locked behind her. She is made to perform sex acts against her will. She is trapped. This woman is a victim of
Sentence C 236 2021. Plaintiff filed a request for protection against the Office of the Attorney General of the nation, the departmental and municipal government secretariats, and the Technical Secretariat of the Interinstitutional Committee for the Fight Against Human Trafficking, the Departmental Institute of Health, the Municipality and Migration Colombia, so that their fundamental rights of access to the administration of justice, to the vital minimum, to personal integrity, security, health, and human dignity, allegedly violated, among other actions, are protected because The criminal complaint that he presented to the prosecution was classified in an erroneous way as induction to prostitution and not as human trafficking, which in his opinion is the one that corresponds to the fact of which was a victim. He indicates that he is of Venezuelan nationality, that he was offered a yacht in a Colombian city to sell reds and other hot drinks, which included the payment of transfers, food and lodging for her and her family, reason for which he accepted the offer because he was going through difficult economic conditions. She points out that already in Colombia, they told her that she had to prostitute herself and at the same time she was the victim of sexual harassment and attempted violent carnal access by the owner of the house where they spent the night. However, he escaped and filed a complaint for human trafficking. Series with case reports. Bogotá, 33 cases. Valle del Cauca, 15 cases. Antioquia, 10 cases. Tolima, 7 cases. Santander, Norte de Santander y Putumayo, 6 cases each. Bolívar, Caldas, Córdoba, Risaralda y Opes, 2 cases each. Human trafficking is national and international. Within the national territory, it is known as internet trafficking, and when the victim is exploited and transported outside the national territory, it is known as external trafficking. Zero complicity with trafficking. News in development times.